obviously a hard deal there. What, how'd you guys find out, and what was kind of the reaction to losing that guy?
Matt came in and spoke to me about it, and I mean, it was what's best for him, and that's what I told him to do. What's best for you in your life and your career, and we all know Matt has done a great. I mean, Matt's the face of this program. He exemplifies the blue collar mentality here, and he is a Bronco. I think too is we gotta understand Matt is still part of this program. Matt, for example, at Nevada, did a heck of a job on the sideline, just charting plays, and another set of eyes, and some more information from him. I mean, he did a great job there. He was a player coach when he was playing. You know what I mean? And just having him on the sideline was a great, big help.
How was that received in your room to know that you weren't going to get him back?
I mean, I think it's tough. I mean, because a lot of those guys in that room look up to him. I lean on him for a lot, but again, we don't wish that. We don't wish that for anybody. I mean, opposing player or someone on our team, and a guy like Matt, you always want to see them, in their career on a high and end it the way they, like they deserve. But I think too, like Matt said, he addressed the group and said, all you guys learn from this, you don't know when it's your last play. And Matt is a great example in all ways. I mean, just as how he carries himself on the field and off the field. He still helps the guys out, and he's out of practice, and he has a script in his hand, and he's on the sideline talking to guys while I can coach guys on the field. And so I'm just looking for him, to recover from surgery so I can get him right back on the sideline next to me.
You guys talked a lot about, needing Chaz and some of spur back on some of these guys to step up, and now you don't have a choice. You really need them to step up.
Yeah.
What have you seen from some of those guys?
I think they embraced it, and that's why we play the sport, because of the challenge that we have. And I think challenging those guys each day to come to meetings and be better than they were last week, and go out in the field and attack the field and be better than they were the day before. I think that challenge is still there. Now Matt being down, and I think Harsin said it best. We're not saying, hey, Tommy Spurbeck, now you got to go, definitely be the guy. No, you just got to continue getting better, and when your numbers call, make plays.
It seemed like Matt kind of was like an iron horse out there. I mean, for 43 straight games, he caught a pass, the longest in the country. But does that help put it in perspective for some of the younger guys? Can it be like a little bit of a rallying point?
Yeah, I think like I said, Matt is a perfect example. Of someone when you come to college, that's how you want to be the Matt Millers. You want to play 43 straight games and have a reception. So I think he was able to provide that for those guys. Just see him work on a day-to-day basis. How he attacked it off the field in meetings, how he attacked it on the field in practice, how he attacked it every day, every game, every Saturday. I think you lose some of that now that he's gone. So I think it's reality, and reality has set in with us. But again, those guys are ready. They're accepting the challenge just like I have.
One of those guys, Chaz Anderson, stepped up, finally caught a deep ball in that game. What have you seen from him, and do you think he's kind of maybe ready to take that next step?
Yeah, I think all these guys have, and I think they all have improved every week. Our deal this week is to get 2% better, and today I thought they went out there for practice and got 2% better, and tomorrow we'll do the same thing and work on getting 2% better tomorrow within meetings and practice. Chaz, 2 games straight. I mean, he caught the big pass against the Air Force. I thought that was big for him and his confidence, and then went out there and caught a big play after a sudden change situation against Nevada that led to a score. So just keep progressing each week.
Thomas, the last game and a half, how's he sort of fit into that spot? All of a sudden, guys looking at him a little bit more in key situations.
Thomas has progressed as the season's gone on. If you notice, each week his role has progressed. I think the Air Force, when he made that grab up the sideline on the go ball, I think when times are tough, I mean, we've seen a guy like him step up and weather the storm a little bit and give us a little bit of mojo and a little bit of excitement on the sideline. I think we look for those type of guys that are mentally tough, and definitely Thomas is one.
We talked to Coach about playing McNichols, and he said, Coach Harsin said he wanted to get some more firepower out there with Matt maybe being out. What was kind of that process deciding to play him, and how do you think he's going to help?
I think Harsin hit it right on the head. I think he just gives us another guy that we can get the ball to and give us some more explosive plays.
When you say, you kind of related it to firepower and Matt being out specifically, so how can he help in those regards? I mean, obviously he's not filling in for Matt Miller, right?
Just another guy.
Yeah.
Just another guy that's a big play threat.
I noticed that you kind of spent a little bit of time with Jeremy on the sidelines during that Nevada game. I mean, what do you? I mean, how can you kind of try to foster his growth as a wide receiver?
Jeremy, if you've known Jeremy and his, in his career a little bit, Jeremy, originally committed to play receiver somewhere else, and Jeremy was really a receiver in high school all the way up into his senior year. So, he kind of still has that. He kind of still has that in his blood a little bit in the system. And Jeremy's a phenomenal athlete. Just to be able to go play receiver, go play running back, go play receiver. For a kid his age, that says a lot, and that tells you how smart he is.
Coach Harsin said after the last game, now we have a bye week to try to figure out how to, get him more involved. I mean, do you see his role kind of continuing to get bigger as the season goes on?
Yeah, his role is going to continue to grow and find ways to get him touches and see how he can help this team, because he most definitely is a guy that is a play away.
I know you said that obviously he's versatile, but how much do opponents have to respect him as a wide receiver? I mean, is he a running back splitting out, or is he a wide receiver at times?
Jeremy's an athlete. Jeremy can line up anywhere around the field and make plays, and that's what we want to do. We want to put our best 11 on the field and put him in the best situation to make plays. And if Jeremy's the best 11 on that play, then Jeremy will be on the field making plays.
Does he spend all of practice with you guys at the receiver spot, or does he split off to the running backs a little bit? How does that kind of work a little bit?
Jeremy, he does some with the receivers and he does some with the running backs. I think, at heart, and when Jeremy came here, he was a running back. And that's the cool thing about it.
Who's the guy, outside of production, but it's even leadership now, who's the guy that kind of needs to step up in that group?
I think, with Dallas, obviously being a senior, Shane made a lot of plays here. He's made a lot of plays here, and guys look up to him. But I think collectively as a group, we all need to step up. And Matt is still a leader in that group. You know what I mean? Let's not get it. Matt's still a leader in that group, and, Matt's in that meeting room every day now. Yeah, he just had surgery today, so he's out for a little bit, but Matt's still a leader in that group.
Coach, you were out recruiting last week on Friday night. You guys are playing the next 2 Friday nights. What's it mean to be playing on Friday night and kind of having the stage there? And it's usually used to kind of be reserved for high school ball, but it's kind of the main stage on Friday for you guys. What's that kind of mean maybe to you personally?
I think it's pretty cool, because that's always coming from high school and playing in college. We all Friday night lights. Right? That's what football is, Friday night lights. And so it's pretty exciting. I haven't had a Friday night game in a long time, and to be able to be Friday night, prime time on ESPN it's a great opportunity. We're pretty fortunate.
Is there something about being the only game? I know there's other channels now that have some games, but you are kind of on the main stage, ESPN, 2 Fridays in a row here. Is there something to that, maybe just to kind of hopefully play well and kind of put on a good show and show what you guys are doing?
I think that's the cool thing about playing this game, even if it's a Friday or a Saturday or a Thursday or a Sunday. That's our job, is to go out there and get the fans some money's worth and sell tickets and put on a show.
This big stretch